The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Good morning, if you're on the West Coast, that is, or afternoon, basically, if you're on the East. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Backup podcast. We are live for the first time in quite a while. It's been a minute since we've had an episode live. We've taken a little break. Well, I have, because the Giants season was over. School was ending at the time of our last episode, and then had some, let's just say, personal things to take care of. Next week there will be an announcement made on my end. The podcast isn't going anywhere, but some things will be changing in terms of location and stuff like that. So I'll let you guys know next week how things would go. But we're back. It's been a minute since we recorded an episode. A lot has happened since then, whether it's with the Giants, the New York Giants to be exact, or the NFL as a whole, as we're already it's conference championship week. And, I've seen, talked about it before. Seems like yesterday was the first game of the season, and things were good. And now we're almost at the end of the NFL season. Cold Iron back to the backup. What's up, my guy? Hope you're doing well. I got you with your takes, but I'm not alone. I'm never alone when I record these episodes, because my co-host, my guy, he's back as well. He's been very patient with me, and I always appreciate him. You've seen him before. Most recently on the Super Show that we hosted together on Belly Up Sports, my guy, Brian Germinaro. Brian,
what's up, guys?
My guy?
How much
How you doing, dude?
Oh, can't complain. Just, back at school, just trying to get to May.
Hey, man, I know. Me too, brother. Me too. We got 4 months ahead of us in terms of school. I think the spring semester is always better, I feel like.
Yeah, no, it's nicer, especially up here when we go to like a north school. Like, it's snowing right now. It's been snowing. It's been snowing for days. It hasn't stopped. It just snows.
All right. I feel it. Yeah, California, same shit. I mean, not snowing. It never snows in California, but mostly rain, stuff like that. So, yeah, we're boring over here, man. Either you're gonna rain or it's not gonna rain. We don't get snow or anything like that.
We could spin a wheel. Be like, I don't know, it's gonna be either 60 degrees and sunny, or we're gonna have a blizzard. Up to you. What are you feeling today?
I feel it, man. I wish I could experience snow, but one day we'll see. Once I get out of this damn California state, we'll see what happens
much
there.
You're not missing much. Once you get past the age of like 12, it's kind of annoying.
Alrighty then. Well, hopefully, I'll find out for myself one day, but I'll take your word for it and say that's not much. So I'll just enjoy the sun we have here
enjoy that
while it lasts, I guess. But anyway, regardless, we got a few things to cover today. We got the NFL Conference Championship games to look into. The current state of the New York Giants. They made a move today on the coaching staff, but we'll get to that later on in the show. Let's say this, guys. Look, 32 teams entered this season with one goal in mind to make the Super Bowl, and now we're down from 32 to 4. And these 4 teams have had a hell of a season. All 4 of them. They have played phenomenal all year long. The Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers will face off in the NFC, while the Kansas City Chiefs, as they always are, they're also in the conference championship as well, as they take on the Baltimore Ravens, who are the number 1 seed in the AFC. Now, how do we get here? Because obviously you can't just go from the regular season to the conference championship and like that. It doesn't work that way. So a little breakdown, since we haven't seen you guys in a while. So if you guys have been waiting for us to give you your NFL breakdown, here you go. So basically, the Kansas City Chiefs, they are in the conference championship for the 6th time in a row. After making the playoffs as a 3rd seed, they defeated the Miami Dolphins in the wild card round. They defeated the Buffalo Bills 27-24 in the divisional round in a game that was once again under 0 degrees, right? Fahrenheit?
I don't know if the temperature. I just know they had a lot of snow up there.
Okay, so regardless, it was really cold. Y'all catch my drift.
It was cold.
Exactly. And then, they are now in the conference championship, but they are on the road this time. This is the second time that Patrick Mahomes is on the road for a playoff game in his career, taking on the Baltimore Ravens, who got here as the number 1 seed in the AFC. They played the Houston Texans in the divisional round. They beat them 34-10 easily, and they are also hosting the conference championship as the number 1 seed because, y'all know that the number 1 seeds get the home field advantage. As for the NFC, the Detroit Lions, they got here as the number 4 seed in the NFC. They defeated the Los Angeles Rams in the wild card round. They defeated the Tampa Bay Bucks last week, 31-23, and they head on to San Francisco. That is their reward for beating those 2 teams. As the 49ers also had the number 1 seed in the NFC, and they beat the Packers last week 24-21 to advance to the conference championship, and that they will host in Santa Clara. Let's break down the AFC first, shall we, Brian?
Yeah, that's going to be the better game anyway. So
yeah, exactly. Well, you don't have hope in the. Oh no, we'll get to that in a second. I think
the NFC is going to be a great game. This is just the more marquee game. Like if you had to pick just one of these 2 games to watch, you're watching that one.
That is fair enough. All right, so the Chiefs and Ravens, they will face off. That's actually the first game that's going to be played on Sunday. A few headlines or a few things to break down, or not break down, but maybe let you guys know about. Mark Andrews, the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens, may return for the conference championship. He's battling an injury for the past few weeks. He was almost going to play last week, but he was held out, unfortunately. So Isaiah Likely made another start as a tight end number 1. He's been phenomenal. Isaiah Likely has been for the Ravens, the rookie from Coastal Carolina. This will be the 6th time Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson will face off. Mahomes is 4-1 against Lamar, but it doesn't matter, to be honest.
Playoffs are a different animal.
Exactly. During the first 6 seasons, Lamar Jackson's record as a starter is 58-19, which is actually the second best record in the NFL, the starting quarterback behind, you guessed it, Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson said, "I don't like competing against them at all," which made a lot of reporters laugh during his press conference the other day. And the last time these teams met was in 2021 in week 2 that resulted in a 36-35 win for the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar had a touchdown but 2 interceptions, and Mahomes had 343 yards passing with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Travis Kelce, you guessed it, went off that game. 7 catches, 109, and a score.
What else is there?
Well. Exactly. Those 2 are freaking phenomenal, man. I wish the Giants had someone like that, but we don't.
I mean, those must be nice, right?
I know, must have a star quarterback and a star tight end.
That's always the hard part about watching these games. Like, it's gonna be a great game and stuff, but like you just watch it and like the Giants are nowhere close to playing like that right now. Like they need so much. This is a completely different sport we're watching right now than what the Giants play.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's where we want. That's where we want to be. We want to be around. That type of those players. Those players that are successful. But hopefully one day, if we want, whether we draft well or whatever the case may be. Yes.
One day.
All right. So what do you think? What do you think about this game, man? Who's gonna win? What do you expect? Because these are the Chiefs, man. I mean, they don't play on the road. Chiefs.
Yeah, they proved they can win on the road finally, which is I think the last hurdle Mahomes had to, being considered the best quarterback. He's already considered the best quarterback in the league, but I think, there was some just like crazy Mahomes hater, like, well, he's never won on the road before. Well, now he's done that. All right. So has done everything to silence any critic that might be out there. But I do think he's going to have a rough time in Baltimore. I think this is one of the best Baltimore teams they've had in a while. I think the defense is stacked. I think Lamar Jackson is undoubtedly the MVP this year, and I think it's finally their time to make the playoffs. Plus, I think this is Jackson's opportunity to get himself into a top quarterback conversation because what we've been seeing in the NFL is like Mahomes is Brady, Burrow is Manning, Allen is Roethlisberger. Like those comparisons are starting to come up. I think if Jackson can win this game against Mahomes, he now enters a conversation of, well, what quarterback is he? Besides like the obvious conversation everyone had was, well, he's Mike Vick coming out. Well, can we maybe, is there something else he does besides his play style?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Mahomes, right? I just lost track.
Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lamar
Yeah, I
Jackson
mean,
can enter that conversation of like Mahomes is this, Burrow is
yeah,
that
I mean,
quarterback.
it's just the
Not that
idea.
quarterback yet.
Yeah, I know. So I think it's just the idea that I mean, this was the year that like Mahomes, we really saw Mahomes just not be himself.
Yeah.
And you could you could say like, oh well, he doesn't have top receivers anymore, or it's like, oh well, you know the defense has carried him all year, and he hasn't had to do much and stuff like that. And both things are fair, but at the same time, this is Patrick freaking Mahomes. Like
He
he's
still had
just
a really good season.
yeah.
Like for having bad receivers, he still had a pretty good year, all things
hmm
considered. Like, yeah, it's not his best year, but that's the weapons around him.
I think it's because he set the bar so high
Yeah.
as a starter to like these, and he's had a pretty successful career to this far. I would say, if I say so myself, 2 Super
Oh,
Bowls
definitely.
in a 7 or an 8 year span.
He's been to
Uh,
3 Super Bowls in 7 years.
Jesus, see, I'm telling you right
6
there.
AFC Championship games. Like,
Like
what else can you ask for?
exactly. Like if you just get to this part of the playoffs, like you should be praised for it. And Mahomes has been praised for it, and regardless if he has a Tyreek Hill or a Travis Kelsey, for example. Even Kelsey has not had his best season this year at
Definitely a
all. I
step
mean, he
back
didn't
this
make.
year.
Oh, definitely. I think the All Pro
He's
team
just
that
invisible out there.
he just. I mean, last week when he played against Buffalo, he had 2 touchdowns, and I was just like, oh crap. Well, I mean, it was about time. Like he should have done that like a long time
Exactly.
ago.
It's
But
about time. Like, where have you been any other time? Like, there are games
Mhm.
this year where you look at the stat chart and Kelsey has 4 targets for nothing.
Yeah, or he would have like 2 catches for like 30 yards and call it a
Yeah, it's
day.
just like this is not what we're expecting, especially with
hmm
the weapons they have. That is a great comment.
Exactly. The Chiefs
I
got Taylor
pulled up.
Swift. And you can't talk about the Chiefs without Jason Kelsey, who legit just went off last
Hey,
week on
Jason
TV.
Kelsey, he's broken it. The one Philly athlete I like. How can you not
Me
like
too.
him jumping out of the suite shirtless?
He's a hell of a guy, dude. I tell
He
you, I
really
love Jason
is.
Kelsey. I literally do,
hmm
man. I'm honestly glad that he's at his brother's games. He's making it entertaining, and it's not the
Oh yeah.
focus isn't just on the Swifties anymore, or
hmm
Mahomes' wife Brittany, but now that we
Yeah.
add Jason Kelsey to the picture, so
I love
um,
how every time they went to that box, Jason Kelsey was just shirtless, chugging a beer. It was always a different beer, always. Like every time, like, and here's Taylor Swift, and like in the top right corner, you just see like Kelsey's stomach and like a beer. Like
he
this guy's
got so
awesome.
he got so drunk. It was so
Oh my god,
ridiculous.
he was doing shots of a bowling ball in the parking lot. Like it was,
Exactly. Oh man, I love him. I really do. I really do. But yeah, let's go back to Kansas City. Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, like Mahomes he's gonna be good regardless uh of whether it's regular season or even especially in the postseason. He steps his game up in major ways.
yeah.
And
We're wondering
obviously,
how long is it going to take for him to be like? Is the debate going to be Mahomes Brady? Like me and my roommate had like a 10-minute conversation of like how many more Super Bowls is Mahomes going to get to, and is he going to do enough to be like, well, is he actually the GOAT instead of Brady? Like, is Brady going to have like his reign as GOAT is not going to be that long because Mahomes? Like, I honestly can see Mahomes being in 4 more Super Bowls.
100%.
He
With
can
the
win 4
way,
more Super Bowls too, but he will appear in at least 4 more.
yeah, 100%. Because Brady has what, six rings, six,
He has 7
7.
rings, 7 rings and 10 appearances.
I think I don't want to speak too much in the future, but I'm really interested in seeing how Mahomes is in terms of without Kelsey, because Kelsey's getting older, and
hmm
obviously he's not going to retire next
Right.
season. But it's just like
I heard a rumor he might. I heard a rumor he makes so much money off the New Heights podcast that he might just marry Taylor Swift and see ya.
call
He
it a
makes so
day.
much money off ads and stuff. He just be like, all right, I'm done.
That is
So
true.
I don't know how true it is. I've only seen like 1, 2 reports about it, but like it's just something to monitor that, hey, Kelsey is thinking about retirement here. And there is like he has such a easy path to transition to that he could do it.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see him go. I mean, him and Mahomes have been such
No,
a
I don't
dynamic
either.
duo. And it's like the part of Mahomes' success is because of Kelsey. So I don't
Oh,
want to see them
definitely.
uh, be apart just yet. But obviously, we're speaking, too much into the future. Right now they're both in the playoffs together, and they will need to have the game of pretty much just be perfect because it's just
Yeah.
offense, like we talked about, man. They've been up and down all year long, and this is not the time to be down because this Ravens defense is phenomenal. They're an elite defense, and offensively they are the same. I mean, like we just talked about, they might get Mark Andrews back. Not like it matters really much, anyways, because Lamar Jackson hasn't really shown off his passing abilities too much, especially last week against Houston.
Yeah.
But he had 2 rushing touchdowns, and he did a hell of a game last week. So I assume you have Baltimore. You said was going to
I
win
have
this one.
Baltimore. Yeah, I just think Kansas City's receivers are going to make a mistake against that defense, and Kyle Hamilton's going to be right there for an easy pick,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what's basically going to cost the game for them.
Hamilton's a hell of a guy, man. He's a
Mm-hmm.
hell of a player. Obviously, thinking of the Ravens defense, think guys like you mentioned Hamilton. You think of Patrick Queen, guys like that. I think for me, I'm gonna go Kansas City. I understand they're on the road and everything like that. But I've always believed in Mahomes. Why would I
Yeah,
stop now? I get it. We're on the road.
it's a track
Against
record, dude. Like,
yeah, like
I think
you could really go either way.
no, this is like I know the spread is 3.5 points Kansas City, which I think is too high, but this
Hmm.
is really a pick 'em for me. It can go either way for me.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna lie, a little bit cold iron, a little bit. I know it's just I think for me it's cool to see there's the
Favorite Taylor Swift song, Nathan. What is it?
my favorite one, bruh. I don't even listen to her like that, but I'll get back to you. I promise. I'll look up a list. And then, I know there's one of them that I like. I just can't think of the name. Uh, but I just love the PR stuff with the Chiefs, with a
Yeah.
Swift or Jason Kelsey or just I've always not to bandwagon on the Chiefs, but I've admired Mahomes' play and everything. He's
Oh
been
yeah.
successful. I wish the Giants had someone like that at the quarterback position. He is the
Mahomes.
standard. He's the standard, dude. I think
Yeah.
for NFL quarterbacks. So I mean, whether it's him,
Well,
I love.
there's going to be a generation of quarterback that plays like Patrick Mahomes. Like he's starting that generation right now. Like I'd
I
say
hope,
in 20, 30 years, there's going to be like 5 different quarterbacks who are like, yeah, I base my game off Patrick Mahomes.
and I hope that's soon because
Mm-hmm.
sheesh,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs. So Travis Kelsey, I can't forget about him. He's arguably my favorite tight end in the NFL because I
Yeah.
really can't think of it. It's just his personality just stands out and everything. And then and we can't forget about Isaiah Pacheco. That guy, he's inspiring. That
Mm-hmm.
dude runs the ball with just so much passion and so much energy.
Yeah.
And when I found out why he plays the way he does, I don't say it's hard. I mean, obviously it's sad. I was gonna say heartbreaking, but it's sad. But at the same time, he's pushed through it. So shout out to
Yeah.
him for playing the way he
He's an
does. And
inspiration. Truly an inspiration.
he really is. I love him. I love him. So go Chiefs for me, Ravens for Brian, and we'll see what happens with the AFC. It's gonna be a hell of a game regardless. So after that game, we head over to Santa Clara. I live about let's say an hour 15 away. Last time I went to Santa Clara was for some soccer game between the San Jose Earthquakes and the LAFC. We don't talk soccer on the podcast, but we will have an episode tomorrow as I spoke with a special guest to talk about life as a soccer ref for the USSF, so United States Soccer Federation, and she talks about that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so episode coming out tomorrow. We recorded it on what was the football game? Sunday? Yeah, we recorded
Yeah.
Sunday. No, yes. No, so we recorded Saturday and it'll be out tomorrow. So I should look forward to that, folks, if you are interested in soccer, the other football. Anyways, back to the American football. The Detroit Lions. Hey, man, the best one there is, brother. Lions and Niners, warm weather, unlike the Baltimore game, is expected in good old Santa Clara, which I love. So what do you need to know about this game? Well, I'll tell you. The Niners are 39-20-1 versus the Lions, including the most recent game in 2021 as well, where they beat the Lions 41-33. The quarterback for the Niners that day, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Trey Lance. Jared Goff had 3 touchdowns for the Lions in that game in the loss. Now, Jared Goff versus the 49ers is not the best track record. He is 3-6, has 17 touchdowns, but 7 interceptions in his career against the 49ers. You can obviously see why. He's played them more times than we thought because he was the quarterback for the Rams not too long ago. Brock Purdy will make his second straight NFC Championship appearance. Last year he made it, but he got hurt pretty much near the beginning of the game, which led
it was like the first 10 minutes, not even.
And that led to Josh Johnson right away, right? If I'm not mistaken.
That was it, Josh Johnson, yes. And then Josh Johnson got hurt.
Oh yeah, that led to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey was quarterback, and they're like, if we won a Super Bowl, Phil Rivers was going to be our quarterback. I'm like, well, now I'm even more upset the Eagles won.
I swear, when I saw McCaffrey on the field at quarterback, I was like, that reminds me of my high school days when our 2 starting quarterbacks went out and we had our first string running back be quarterback. So that worked out.
Figure it out.
Yeah, that did not work out at all. Nope. But more importantly, the Detroit Lions are 1 game away from their first Super Bowl appearance, which would make you think that we are all rooting for the Lions. You are mistaken. I'm just kidding. I'm rooting for the Lions for sure. Brian, I assume you are too.
Oh, yeah. It's rooting for the Lions is like rooting for the Cubs in 2016. It's just like this team has been bad for so long. Let's give their fans something to be happy about.
Exactly. No, 100%. I think the Lions deserve it. I mean, the 49ers have had a hell of a season. I mean, number 1 seed once being successful as they are. Brock Purdy has been great. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, defensive.
Samuel's 50-50 for the game. They still don't know if he's going to play or not with a shoulder injury.
And it's a similar injury from this season as well, when he missed 2 games. So maybe he'll sit out. We'll see.
I would be unless he can't move his arm. I don't think he won't play because it's the NFC Championship game. But could you see maybe a lesser role? He's more out there as a decoy type thing. That I could see. I could see Deebo production being a lot lower than what we're used to.
Are they winning without Deebo?
I don't think they are. They struggled against Green Bay last week. Green Bay honestly should have won that game. San Francisco, Green Bay blew it rather than San Francisco won. So I think Detroit can win this game pretty, I don't want to say easily, but I could see it being a one, the Lions are ahead and the Niners are close, but they're just never able to get over it. I think a 7+ points of the Lions is insanity. I would hammer that. Go Lions +7.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Lions moving up. All the money's on the Niners. Fade. Go Lions. Go Lions.
Yeah. It's gonna be a close game. I would think so because it's just Detroit isn't a pushover. Like they got here, they're here for a reason. Like they played well, and like I mentioned, they beat
for Detroit right now with Dan Campbell.
Exactly. Oh, dude, the culture there, it's freaking phenomenal. Campbell he set the standard over there. And, we, from his introductory speech to with the kneecaps to, telling his guys, especially that first year was like, hey, I believe in you guys. We're going to get to where we want to be. We just got to just stay the course and be patient and we'll get there. And, hey, patience is a virtue, man. I've learned that. That's something I've learned personally recently as well, that patience is a virtue. You got to just go through it. Sending for the Lions. And look what they are. They are like, 1 game away from the Super Bowl. And that's.
I saw someone on Twitter made an interesting point about, just relating to the Giants real quick. They said Dan Campbell is what everybody thought Joe Judge was going to be. And I'm like, yes, 100%.
100%. Because Judge he was a special teams coordinator, but he was just like, there's just something about him. Like
I'll never forget the entry press conference. I'm like, I'm going to run through a wall for this guy. This guy is going to bring us back. Like although the introductory press conference, Joe Judge will go down as one of the greatest in NFL history because he went the entire fan base went from who was this guy to I'm running through a brick wall for this guy. Like that. Like all my friends were like, who? Or like, oh,
This guy.
this guy's something.
Exactly. But this is going to be the biggest test lines I've ever faced because this Niners team is just, even if they don't have Debo, like they have some, they just have guys on both sides of the ball, and it's just like there's literally there's no glaring weakness on this Niners team. You could say the safety position with Hufanga being out. You could say the right tackle position, but it's not like oh, this is like they can expose this. There's really nothing.
You can't be like we can win if we attack this area. They don't have this area we have to attack. It's just like I don't know, that area is a little weaker than the rest of the team, but that's not saying much.
Exactly. So it's like Brock Purdy doesn't make a mistake.
No, he's a perfect quarterback. He just does what he has to do. He's not shiny. He's not crazy about it like Mahomes is, but he's just like, I'm just gonna go out there, throw 20 yards, and make a smart decision.
Exactly. Just that's all you got to do. I think
it's for the bare minimum a quarterback's got to do.
Just got to make the smart decision. When you have weapons, that at your disposal, like a McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, throwing Ronnie Bell in there because why the hell not? Oh, and Kyle Juszczyk, by the way. Juszczyk, by the way, Juszczyk. I have Prize Picks. Oh, we'll get to Prize Picks later if we wanted to. There's a bet or there's an over under on Juszczyk right now. Over under 0.5 fantasy points. So either you get 1 yard or 1 catch. You better get it because that shit's free on Prize Picks, and you better fucking get it. Just saying, just literally 1 catch or 1 yard rushing from Kyle Juszczyk. That's all I need. It can't be that hard. I'm just saying. Anyways, but in terms of who we want to win, who's going to win this game? Who you got? You got SF.
I think the Lions are going to pull the upset off. I really do. I did not like what I saw from Green Bay, from San Francisco against Green Bay. I think the Lions can really pull this one off.
All right. I now have a friend of mine who works for the 49ers. His name's Cody, so shout out to him, by the way. Known him from high school. He's came a long way. He works really hard. Honestly, the way he got to working for the 49ers, I was like, holy crap. Like, that's where I wanted to be. Like, damn.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. I don't know if he's watching, but shout out to my guy. I know he works for the Niners, and you would think I'd be rooting for them. Look, man, I live in a 49ers household, and recently when they beat the Packers, we had fireworks going off as soon as the game ended, and that pissed me off.
I love that.
No. That pissed me the hell off. I was like, bro, first off, this is the freaking 7th seed Packers, and you barely beat them by 3 because their kicker couldn't make a damn field goal. Literally, their coach, whenever Carlson goes to kick a field goal, he's like, I'm praying. And that's not good. Okay, no. So they barely freaking won in the rain at home. Okay, and they're playing. Now, see, the Lions aren't the fucking Packers. We're talking, Goff has been here before. He's made the conference championship. Yeah, he's made the Super Bowl before.
Goff has almost won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. And you know
what? Goff is one drive away from winning a Super Bowl. Because that Patriots game, like, it was 3-3 for a very long time, and you knew the Patriots were going to put the drive together. But I want to say, if I remember right, midway through the 4th quarter, Goff had a drive going where he threw an interception like at the goal line. But like there was a second where like, is Jared Goff going to lead this comeback drive?
Obviously, it didn't, but at the same time,
it didn't. No, because Patriots won the Super Bowl.
But he made the damn Super Bowl, so it's like, and this team is so much better, dude. Defensively. Offense. He has a great wide receiver number 1 in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Laporta has been great. Replaced Hawkinson like it was nothing.
Really plug and play.
Exactly. And then you have the 1-2 punch of Montgomery and Gibbs in the backfield. So that's going to be solid. And then defensively, Aiden Hutchinson has at least a sack in the past 4 games. Whoa.
Yep.
So he's been great as well. I'm going to go Detroit, man. Not because my heart says no. Well, my heart does say Detroit. Obviously, I'm rooting for them to make their first Super Bowl, but it's just they're a good team, and
they really are.
I kind of don't want to see hear fireworks go off. You call me a hater all you want, but I live in California, man. I've seen enough. I've seen a lot of Niners fans. Even people who don't even watch the games are posting that they've won. Like, come on, dog, watch the game.
That's always the thing that bothers me the most. Is like I literally just sweat. Everything is out of me right now watching this game, and you just didn't even watch the game at all. Like that always pisses me off as a sports fan. Like I don't know, I'm just like one of those guys who are just like when I see people like wearing like hats of like a team they don't support, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
Like are you really a fan?
Yeah, exactly. It's like I literally live and die with all my teams, and like you're making a mockery of my lifestyle right now.
Oh man, I love it. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Niners have like you said, they're favored by 7, but yeah, I'm probably gonna fade that, go Detroit because I think it'll be a close game. Whether it's a 6-point game or down to a field goal, we'll see what happens. Warm weather, so it won't be cold in Santa Clara, but yeah, that's going to be the second game on Sunday. So we got Detroit in the NFC, and then you have the Ravens, I have the Chiefs. So it will be good either way. If it is Chiefs Lions, I should say, it'll be a rematch of Week 1 of this season where the Lions won actually.
Oh my God,
and the upset. Yeah, see, there we go.
Damn, it's poetic. Like,
it really is.
Opens the season like that, ends the season like that.
There you go.
I still want the Ravens to win and still think they will, but like, wow. I'm going to need a minute.
If it's Chiefs Niners, it really is though. Seriously. I mean, that's going to be a game where I'm like, okay, well, they played before and Mahomes kind of fucked up a few times throwing a Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
I know, I'm just saying. I assume Toney isn't going to play.
Probably not. He sat out last time and it worked.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't
Tony,
play
your leg still hurts. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. We'll make sure it hurts. I'm just playing. I hate him though. I don't like him. If it's Chiefs Niners, that will be a rematch of the Super Bowl from not too long ago, actually, about like a few years ago.
The last Super Bowl before COVID.
There you go.
So I kind of hope we don't do that again because I didn't really like what happened afterwards.
Yeah. Not the best. If it is Ravens 49ers, it'll be a rematch of Super Bowl 47. Joe Flacco and Colin Kaepernick. And then if it's the Ravens and Detroit Lions, I can't give you any history because they've obviously never faced each other in Super Bowl. So we'll see. You're either gonna get a rematch of the regular season of Week 1 this year, either gonna get a rematch of a Super Bowl from either recently or a while ago, or you're gonna get a matchup
something new
of 2 teams. Exactly. So your choice. We'll see what happens after Sunday, and we'll go from there. Before we continue, we have a message from one of our sponsors, SeatGeek. Because for those of you who want to spend $80,000 to go to a Ravens game, I mentioned that because someone I saw on Twitter spent $80,000 on 2 tickets to go to the Ravens Chiefs game.
Where are they? Where are they sitting? Please tell me, like on the 50-yard line.
Section 200.
So they're in the upper deck.
Yeah.
That's some committed fans right there. Shout out to those guys.
I'll try to find it during this commercial break where Ryan you may have heard him from No Credentials Required, has a message for SeatGeek. Let's let him join us and do his thing. Take it away, Ryan.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Yeah, so if you're rich and you got money, how about you go to the Ravens and Chiefs game? No,
If not, buy yourself a 30-pack and just sit back on your couch and enjoy.
Yeah, it's free. Well, not free watching on
it's
TV.
Not free.
It's cheaper than spending fucking $1,000. I'll tell you that much. On SeatGeek, just know that green means good, red means bad, and in terms of your ticket, Green means basically you're getting the best deal for your ticket. So check out SeatGeek.com. Use code BellyUpSports for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. As I look at it right now, you have an amazing deal in section 121, row 11 for the Ravens Chiefs game, going for $795 for one.
Come on, sign me up right now. $795 is nothing.
Yeah, Sirski. Yeah, I don't know where that person who spent $80,000 for section 200 seats, but you didn't use SeatGeek, my friend. So you fucked up.
You were scammed.
Yes, very much.
You were scammed.
Either that or I looked at the tweet wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw 5 digits in that total. So yeah, you got issues, my friend. Man, I lost the damn tweet. I was trying to find the tweet during the commercial, but I was like, nah, never mind. I couldn't find it. Anyways, to our final topic of the day. Oh, second to last topic. Underrated Giants. Yeah. We haven't talked about them, like I said, in the month. Oh, I was like, there's fireworks, but just went off in your background. I don't know if that was you.
I don't know how that happened. I just put my thumbs up and that happened.
That's hella cool. I don't know how that works, but I appreciate that. Whoever.
Oh, did it again.
Hey! That looked cool. Anyways, the Giants, we haven't talked about them since their loss to the Eagles. When they beat the Eagles. Yeah. No. Yes. Either that or the game before where they lost. Regardless, yeah, the Giants have a lot of things that have gone on since we talked about them. So Wake Martindale, obviously gone. Bobby Johnson, obviously gone. Replaced by Carmen Burchillo of the Las Vegas Raiders as the offensive line coach. Thomas McGahee is gone. Ironically, they hired a new special teams coordinator today. His name is... I don't get the name. I forgot the name.
I don't know. Some guy in the Jets.
There you go. The guy on the Jets is the new special teams coordinator for the Giants.
His name is
Michael Go. Yeah.
Why are all these tweets about? Oh, it's all about Kafka getting interviews.
Oh, Gobiel.
37 years ago today, the Giants won their first Super Bowl in Super Bowl 21.
Hey!
Little anniversary for us. 20 win over John Elway and the Denver Broncos.
And we're never going to get back there.
Probably not.
Not with Daniel Jones, the quarterback. Mike Kafka, like you just mentioned, is up for coaching interviews. We have assistant GM Brennan Brown possibly leaving.
He's going to Seattle?
He better not. No.
That's what the rumor is, right? Seattle?
Kafka?
Not Kafka. Kafka is Seattle, yes.
Oh, hell no. No, I don't know. Losing Kafka won't hurt to me.
Kafka's playing Madden out there. He's got Brian Zabel's playbook, and he was like, all right, this play's going to work. I'm really not concerned with losing OC. Giants fans are so upset with Mike Kafka. I could not care less about Mike Kafka because I know it's not his offense. I know he's just running an offense.
Mm-hmm.
Literally could put anybody up there right now. I'd be like, all right, similar thing.
Like, if he leaves, I'm just like, all right, man. Because, I expect Brian Dable
will call plays.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. He's going to do it. He's going to call some. He's going to call plays. No, 100%. Next season, if we see Dable on the camera and not calling plays, that's concerning. Unless they hire Ken Dorsey. No. If Kafka's gone, Dorsey's coming.
Yeah, it's going to be Dorsey, but it's going to be Dable calling plays. It's
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Did Dorsey call plays?
I believe Dorsey called plays in Buffalo, yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you're right. Dable's going to call plays for the Giants. I would think so. Look, these guys are leaving, obviously. In terms of re-signing guys, nothing has been made official yet. The other day they signed 2 guys to futures contracts, but other than that, nothing too crazy.
Yes, no. Those guys are nobodies. So they'll come to camp. They may look good in a game or two, and then they'll get cut.
Exactly. So not much worth talking about. So coaching staff has obviously gone through a change. Giants officially have the 6th overall pick. So next time we see you guys, we will discuss who they may go for. But if we want to have some fun right now, let's face it, the Giants may not get a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah, no, unless they trade up, which I have heard rumors that Shane is trying to go number 1. I have heard a rumor Joe Shane is trying to trade up to the number 1 spot. I don't know how true it is. I saw it on Twitter. The guy said, I have like sources. Like, trust me, I saw another thing say something similar. I'm like, all right, there's smoke here. I don't know if it's true or not, but there's definitely discussion.
As long as they don't trade for the number 1 pick and draft Drake May, we're gonna be okay. I swear to God, if we trade up with the number 1 pick and we draft Drake May, I will lose my shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bad one.
We're not gonna do it today.
No, we're not. We've done it 1,000 times. You can't keep.
I swear, we can't keep being the dead horse, because I swear to God, dude, Drake. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna swear. I swear I'm gonna lose my shit. So you're either gonna get Caleb Williams or you're gonna go get Jaden Daniels. Now I'm not saying
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. So
I'm much rather Jaden Daniels, for being honest. I watched his highlights finally the other day. I sat down. I'm like, oh, this kid's good. I like this guy. I'm like, this is a guy I can get behind.
Mm-hmm. And even if they stick at the position they're at right now, 6 overall, you can still get a solid guy. I mean, we're talking Malik Neighbors. You can go Oduns. I don't know. What's his name?
Stay away from offensive linemen, because I really don't think they're going to move Neal to guard, and they're not going to take 1 to 2 tackles then.
I would just adjust offensive line in free agency.
Yeah, I would too.
Get the guy from the Patriots.
I want to address offensive line and wide receiver in free agency. And then it's like, well, what are you going to do in the draft? Well, then it's just quarterback.
There you go. You taking J.J. McCarthy? Why?
Because I just don't think he's that. I think he's been held up by a very good Michigan team with an outstanding defense, a good running game, a good offensive line. I think he's just been overrated by everyone around him at Michigan. I don't think he can come into a situation like the Giants and be succeeding at the same level. He just doesn't strike me as an NFL guy.
Fair enough. I think obviously don't get him first round.
Yeah, no, you could talk me into it if he's sitting there in the late second, early third. You could probably talk me into J.J. McCarthy, but definitely not at 6, and probably not at what we're going to be 38, right? That's our pick.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely not at those 2 positions.
I'm taking Michael Penix over him.
I'll take my picks. My dream scenario, I'll say this right now. My dream scenario, and they're never going to do this. Sign Mike Evans or T. Higgins, draft Joe Alt, move him to guard, trade up and draft Michael Penix. That's what I would do. They'll never do it, but that's what I will do.
Higgins is realistic. You said who is the guy you just said?
Neal to guard, and then trade up to get Michael Penix Jr. Have Daniel Jones start the season. Start Penix Jr. year 2.
So would you get Alt 6 overall?
Get Alt 6, yeah.
And then Penix.
I would trade back up into the first round for. I package those 2 second-round picks plus some picks later on in next year. Move up into I would say mid to late 20s, like 27-ish, and pick up a Michael Penix. I'm not sure who's there at 27, if anyone's even there yet, but
Justin Fields.
I could be convinced, but I also kind of don't want Dable taking someone else's scraps. I kind of want Dable and Shane to bring in, all right, this is our guy. No one else has touched him. This is not like a rebuild kind of thing. This is not like a revitalization. This is just our guy. We're gonna do what we want with him.
That's a good point, though. I like that. I do like. You made a good point, because it's just the Giants never had their own guy, and Dable and Shane deserve to have their own guy. And I'm not trying to sound racist, but the Giants they haven't drafted a quarterback of color.
Yeah, no.
In a while.
No.
And that kind of concerns me.
I could see that.
And I don't want to stretch it. I guess I don't know. It just came to mind right now, and I don't know why it did, because we should not have drafted Daniel Jones.
Right.
That's the thing. And you bring up
we
the
also
scenario.
should have drafted Dwayne Haskins. that wouldn't have worked out either.
Yeah, no, of course not. And obviously, rest in peace to Haskins.
Oh, of course,
Sad.
yeah.
That
Rest
was
in
so
peace.
sad.
Yeah, that was so tragic.
Yeah.
Absolute tragedy.
But here's the thing: you cannot. The thing that's concerning is that John Mara is so fucking. There's something about that guy, and it's
He's
just
trying really hard to be his dad, and he's not, and it bugs him.
And I understand that
he wants to win. Which
and
keep going. I'll make a point. Like, keep going.
Okay, no, I understand that you want to hold on to Jones.
Yeah.
And I tried, dude. I've tried this past year to hold on to him too, man. But it's just we've seen it now.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen enough.
It's insanity at this point. It's like Jones had one really good year, but he had a decent rookie season, 2 injury-prone seasons, and another injury-prone season where he struggled. Like, how many more times are going to bring this guy back in for, if he unlocks this, we kind of saw what his ceiling was, and he was never able to repeat it. So that's clearly the anomaly. Why are we going right back to the same well?
Mm-hmm. And we can't do it. I mean, I get it. He's under contract for the next 3 years. They're probably going to cut him after this upcoming season. They're probably going to cut him next season. That's what I'm trying to say.
This time next season, Daniel Jones. Well, this time next season, Jones will be a giant, but it'll be okay, he's done. Kind of like how Russell Wilson is right now, where everyone kind of knows he's going to get cut, but they're waiting for the new league year to start because the cap penalties will be different and stuff. The formality of it will not be done yet, but in essence, Daniel Jones will be a free agent.
Mm-hmm. What's it called? So yeah, I wasn't trying. I wasn't trying to sound racist or anything like that. It's just I just don't want them to. If they trade up to 1, don't go get Drake May, because you can't argue that he's more talented than a Williams or a Jaden Daniels, and you're only getting him because your history.
You mean 2 Heisman winners, 2 guys that won the Heisman
over You're taking a guy who hasn't done shit over 2 guys that you just said on the Heisman. That's just my only worry because of Mara's history. That's I'm not trying to sound
no, and Mara definitely has meddled and stuff, but I think Joe Shane has enough control of the football operations. I think Mara has released a little bit that it's going to be his decision to make and not Mara's. I think if Gettleman's here, we're going to have Drake May.
Yeah. And let's agree on one thing. We don't want Drake May.
Not at all.
No.
I'd rather go with Daniel Jones again than Drake May. Because it's just we have the belt version of Drake May right now.
That is true. Plus Mel Kiper believes in him too still. Because he has us getting Malik Neighbors at 6.
I wouldn't mind that. I would love to draft wide receiver. I just kind of want to bring in a proven guy.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think Neighbors won't be too bad.
No. And if we get Neighbors or Harrison or Coleman's kind of fallen, but Neighbors is a great receiver. He'll be great in this league. I'll be ecstatic if we get him. I just personally would be I don't want to take a chance at another lottery ticket. I want a proven thing. It's do you want the mystery box or the boat? I kind of want the boat.
Plus, if you draft him, it's is he gonna be able to get open? Because this offensive line still needs to be fixed.
Exactly. Yeah.
A lot of things to consider from now till April. So, but the Giants, they finish 6-11.
6-11. Yep.
6-11. They have a lot of needs this offseason, and we'll see what happens with the Giants. So. We covered conference championship stuff. We covered Giants a little bit. And with that, folks, that is the end of our first episode in a cool minute. We'll be back with you next week to discuss the results of the conference championship. Maybe if things come out with the Giants, we'll discuss that too. So podcast-wise, we'll be trying to expand our horizons. Like I mentioned, a soccer episode's coming out tomorrow. With one of our special guests. we'll expand to basketball and baseball once that time comes around. Obviously, we're big Giants fans. Basketball, me and Brian kind of defer a little bit. You're a Knicks fan, I'm a Lakers fan. Not that I pay attention anyways, to be honest, just much, but we probably should sometimes.
I probably should too, but I've been paying more attention to hockey and football and baseball, so it just kind of happens. And then when March Madness rolls around, I can't watch the NBA. I have to watch college.
Not too far away, March Madness.
No,
baby.
I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
All righty. Well, we appreciate. Yeah, it's no one watches college basketball until March.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Well, an average fan, I should say.
It's a little different. Like, I grew up in Connecticut, and UConn basketball is like everything in Connecticut. Like, that's the sport team of Connecticut. It's UConn. Like, UConn was making their run in 2014 to the championship, and during the morning announcements at school, every day was a UConn basketball trivia question. Like, it's just different in Connecticut. So, like, I'll always be a little partial towards UConn in that aspect. If I see UConn on, like, if they're on Fox playing St. John's, I'm throwing it on.
Very enough to me. And UConn's doing really good right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're number 1 seed. They're ranked number 1 in the country. So, back to back. Let's hopefully, fingers crossed.
All right. Well, shout out to them, man. Good luck to the Huskies of Connecticut. And then, baseball season is a month away.
Yep, spring training. Some signings still need to be made. But we're kind of it's weird to think about it, but like Super Bowl is going to end, and we're going to have like a week until pitchers and catchers report for spring training. It's like that quick of a turnaround.
I love it. That's beauty of sports, baby. Does never stops. But we'll try to enjoy the NFL while we can, because this is it, man. Conference Championship, Pro Bowl, and then we got the Super Bowl, and that is all after that one. So we'll see what happens with these 2 games on Sunday. We hope you guys enjoy those games as well. Thank you for watching and listening. We appreciate you guys for watching this far. If you're at this point in the video or at this point in the live stream, we appreciate you as always. Thanks for being patient with us. We haven't recorded in a while, and that's because of me, but thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you. We're sponsored by SeatGeek. Use the code BellyUpSports for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek for your game day tickets or concert tickets, by the way, too. There you go. I'm Nate. That's Brian. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. We'll talk.